Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. Well, I made a decision, one that I hope doesn't bite me later on. After doing a little bit more checking on my much used and loved layers panel, in this case, which is an add-on, I had found that, yes indeed, the layers organizer, I think made by the original creator of that, did acknowledge that it will inactivate the redo facility of SketchUp. It's not a SketchUp problem, it's something to do with the the wizardry that goes on when you program apps like this, which is way outside my area of knowledge. So, the Layers Organizer app has now, I couldn't find it, and it did acknowledge that it did have that bug. It's now open source, and someone has fiddled and made this version, which I'm very happy to say, at this stage, doesn't have the unintended consequences of disabling the redo facility. That will be seen. The reason I'm making this is a bit of a diary entry, or this video, sorry, is a bit of a diary entry type of video. The same thing I do in my workshop now, under Dave's Diary, and it's done as much for me as it is for anyone that may be watching the video. And it's as a historical record and possibly education or re-education on the particular items in question. So I'm going to try and, I'm going to use it and see whether it breaks my redo facility, and if it does, I'm going to have to delete it and this app and move on. I've got lots of apps on my old computer, but I'm going to try and keep the list of apps very minimal. The reason for that is sometimes we load an app and in our enthusiasm use it once and then don't use it again. Or there's some other issue that we don't use it. So I'm going to keep this aspect of SketchUp in this version clean as possible. So that's why I've only got this one. I don't even have Froggo, or whatever his name is, for all the other extensions that they have. I don't, for my purposes, use them a lot. But that may be revisited, but I'll be a little bit more discerning this time round when I'm using those apps, or if I want to use them. The other thing is, I'm pretty certain I will stop using SketchUp Mate 2017, which is free, and purchase, because I've never really used this commercially, so I didn't have any conflict of interest or anything like that. This was more of an interest, a hobby for me, but I enjoy it so much I perhaps, in my dotage, want to spend a bit of more time on it and make videos and enjoy the benefits of the full-blown SketchUp program, especially the 3D warehouse, which, if you have imported a model that, and if you're using an older version of SketchUp, it doesn't do it very well, does it? And the Coranda, or whatever extension or file name is, at best it's a pain in the butt. At worst, it's hopeless. So I want to get back to using the 3D warehouse. Thank you very much. So anyway, this loaded and immediately populated this panel here. Actually, I'll get rid of this one. No doubt I could use layers in SketchUp, the native ones, but I like the layout of this. I like that it is a separate movable panel, and it's dedicated to one thing. It's also, I can put subfolders in here. I'll have to experiment with that again. It is sufficiently different that I don't know what it is or how it works. It's not too dissimilar, but as I said, I need to play with it a bit. Same thing here, switch it on and off at this little icon up here. That's good. Layer states, no idea what that is. Oh, hang on. I'm seeing that I've got two screens. There's that. Don't need that at the moment. Just looking at this. Obviously, the eyeball is what turns on and off the particular layer that we've got there. You can see them appearing and disappearing should they be visible. So that's similar. The active layer, don't know whether that's the same. I'm going to try and leave that alone until I figure that out. So the box says it's an active. That's cool. No idea what that does. We'll have to probably have a fiddle. Not too sure. Highlights. Literally, I am learning as we talk, and that's probably not a good thing. So I am quite ignorant of this particular layout. Just because its format is different, the function may be the same. Don't know. Now that I've turned on and off a few things there with this active, I've got down here my temporary box, which will be deleted at the end of the video, and a line put in there. So now I can undo, and redo still works. Undo, oh, isn't that brilliant? And it's actually affecting the layers panel as well. Didn't know that happened. So I can redo, undo. I can keep on going until I hit something that I shouldn't, and well, it works. That's a big thing, because they even in the this very brief online, the forum, they did say that occasionally the install of this may break the redo. And the second comment was it didn't happen on this particular person's SketchUp version, and therefore I was, with fingers and everything else crossed, hoping that once I've installed it I still have my redo button, because that was a fantastic facility to have, and you only know that it's fantastic when you don't have it. And it was a right royal pain in the butt not having it for years, and a lot of time was spent trying to figure out what caused it. Hopefully there's no glitch later on. So early days, early install of the clean version of SketchUp, unadulterated by the other applications that I've added, which were numerous. A very clean looking interface, me and the screen, and largely came about because of the changing of the one tiny little thing in profiles. In fact, if I bring up it again, I'll reiterate what I was talking about, just to, again, not to bore you too much, but in the styles segment, in this tray here, you can come down to edit and you can switch on or off profiles. Putting them on doesn't materially alter the screen, the models, but apparently puts a double line or double weight line on your on your edges. So clicking it off makes it that much cleaner, and I especially like it on the wire frame and the just the general lines. I like how they are so much lighter. I made a comment in one of the very first videos, because as I also said, I haven't been making as many of these videos because SketchUp, because I've been out in the workshop trying to come to grips with some new processes from doing some woodworking, and this got sidelined. And I said that I'd never seen this issue before about changing the profiles, and having said that, I then watched a couple of videos about something else, about shortcuts, and one of the guys, the tutors, the users, made a very specific point about changing the setting here, profiles. So I thought, yeah, it's been talked about a lot. I've missed it, haven't been searching for anything, haven't fallen across it, etc., etc. And I'm happy that I now have changed it. The other issue is the performance difference by switching that one thing off. It made such a difference, and I covered that in one of my videos, probably the one prior to this, and the difference was huge. In fact, I'll do it again. It is, to me, that beneficial that I think it's worth it. And with the added speed of the computer, I can load my sometimes heavy files, or the processing heavy files, really quick. So that's a good thing. And I think it has a lot to do with the styles being, that's in the styles folder, the profiles being switched off. When you do that, it draws those lines around it. It, to me, distorts the image, especially when you zoom out. And there we go. It can't render. It's too resource hungry, even on my new computer, there we go again, to render it. And it takes time. It used to take a lot longer on my old computer, which was still quite a good spec computer. Switch it off, it cleans it up. I don't need the lines. It's going to take a bit to get used of, because you do wonder whether you're losing something, but I don't really think so. And I can do this, which obviously you saw just before, wasn't possible before. I zoom in. To me, it's a double or a triple plus. It's a cleaner look. It's faster. It's not as resource heavy. You can pan round as and when you want. This is actually a bit of the layout of my house where I want to do some landscaping. I've done some of it, but I want to do some landscaping, and I tried to get a reasonable sort of representation of what I was planning. And, well, it's just one of those models. And this is one of the things, that all these plants and planters, etc., and trees, were all from the 3D warehouse prior to my poor old 2017 version being prevented from downloading them fully from the 3D warehouse. And as I said, I want to get back to using it. And I suppose the fee charged for it in New Zealand has to be paid, but there you go. You don't get anything for nothing, I suppose. Although, to be fair, SketchUp Mate by Trimble was free for a long time, and I was a wee bit annoyed at them for making it a subscription-based program, but business is business. I probably would have done the same if I had such a brilliant piece of software and what have you. So, and not being a commercial user, it's irksome. And after all, I'm not getting paid for this or anything. So, anyway, styles. Turn the profiles off. I don't think you're going to regret it. I'll just save this. Get rid of that. It has made my appreciation for SketchUp lift. So, yay. Bit of a positive note there, but I'm quite a happy chappy at the moment, so I can get back to doing some of these things. I will be developing this further, the dome further. It may take a bit of a sidestep at times. I do like the idea of building one for my property as a bit of landscape architecture, if nothing else. And its function, because I'm a professional builder, I've just retired, I have my views, my biases, my prejudices will be shown in my comments, and God, I can just imagine some of the guys that I've worked with will probably be, if they watch it and hear what I'm saying, will probably be shaking their head and, well, he didn't learn much in all his years, did he? Or I could say the same for them and have at it. But we all come at it in different ways. We can try things, and when they fail, hopefully they don't hurt or kill anyone, we learn from them and we move on. And this is one of them. And I've got major concerns around, and the numerous times I've made comment about it. I'm sure people will be pulling their hairs out saying what a muppet I am. I'm wrong. Well, that prejudice, biased perspectives that I have from the number of years of building means I am not going to change my mind easily. And in this case, the fact that this is quite a different type of dome than the full-bodied, full circle, semicircle type of dome means that this point here, and especially this point here, this hub, has to work very, very well. And the choice of construction of the hub or attachment point is critical. Can I be wrong? Of course I can. But I'd rather be wrong and overbuild it than be complacent and underbuild it and the damn thing collapse. So, there, have at it. I've worded that many, many times in many, many different ways, but there's so many different versions of the hub that I think, or go hubless, which is probably the safer way, but it has its own attendant issues, that I'll look at all options, I'll leave them all on the table and come to the decision when I make a couple of mock-ups. Rightio, that's it. I need to go out and exercise some of those new learned techniques and processes out in the workshop. But it's so flaming cold, I've been putting it off, and I am a very happy person having now regained my app for layers, and that I still retain the redo facility of SketchUp. Okay, with that, a big, long, windy, rambly old video, but happy days are ahead, I would suggest. Okay, that's it. I'm off. See you later now. Bye.